Just go back. I think you're in.
I won, all right. I keep telling them when I go to the
Am I
keyboard.
on the right one?
Yeah.
I was on the keyboard a year ago, though.
No, you can see us up that way.
I was like, should we just do like?
No,
Oh,
I can see us.
okay.
I don't need to see the screen.
Honestly, I want
Like this
because
one
this
here.
this will block.
That won't show up for them.
Yeah, it does.
For you, it does.
Yes, it does.
Who's the techie here?
No, it doesn't.
I swear it does.
Huh?
It happened last time we
You're
did it.
swearing aloud. You know better than that.
No swearing. Okay.
Yeah, because my daughter went back to school, so.
Unmute everyone.
Mute everyone, and then
And I usually come in.
they'll be able to
6 because I know it's not for bed.
ask questions to them.
Yeah.
She doesn't have school, so I'm coming in at 7:30. Are you here then? No, come on. No, I'm here.
Oh, you mute it now. Oh. you go.
There you go.
Because usually I take her to school on Tuesday.
Perfect.
All right, give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear us on the Zoom call. Boom, boom, boom. Linda's a double down. That means she's good to go. All right.
Okay, otherwise I think we're
I
good.
think everybody's got us.
Yep.
So can you guys on the Zoom call, can you see the videos on the side, or you just see the screen? Give me a thumbs up if you see just the screen. The slides, can you guys see them?
Yes.
Awesome, thank you. I can just the slides.
Why don't I just see you?
No, well, they can see me.
I just don't want it
See me on the corner.
to block the.
So, all right. I'm gonna turn it this way because I'm gonna stand here.
No, because Allie wants to be on there.
It's just my forehead.
Right. Just their little foreheads on there all the time.
It's little. It's a 5 finger.
Dominic's trying the bike in there in case you were looking for him.
What's that?
She's waiting for her son.
You should go in there and hop on the bike or the rowing.
All right, so I'm gonna do the speaker thing where I don't wear a mask. We're all 7 feet apart, or 9, or whatever it takes. So, all right, so for those of you guys listening online, if any time you guys can't hear me, just unmute yourself and yell at me. Allie's close by; she should be able to hear. Everybody else that's here, welcome. So tonight we're going to talk about the 21-day reset. The reason it was designed, we did this back in, this is the second time we've done it here at the office. We did it back in May and June time, and it was originally designed in the time when we went through the months of April and May, and I don't know if you guys are like us at our household, but it just felt like everything just went, when it came to being healthy, eating healthy, all those things, everything just kind of dogpiled, if you will, right? So we created the program to basically reset our body, reset our family, get us back on track. And then from that, we thought, all right, well, let's run it again here in this fall time as we're moving into the holiday season, right? We have a tendency as Americans to enjoy Thanksgiving and Christmas maybe a little too much. If you guys are like my family, there's always plenty of leftovers for everyone to take home at Thanksgiving and Christmas. And so this is designed where tonight's this presentation will actually start it next Monday, and you'll finish literally right before Thanksgiving. So it's designed to get you healthy, to get you in the mood and in the zone to living a healthy lifestyle. So when you hit Thanksgiving, it's just one meal instead of 3 days or 4 days or whatever, right? And even at that one meal, hopefully my prayer is that you look at the selections and the choices you have and you realize what's going to add value to your health, right? We call it a health savings account. What's going to create a deposit in your health savings account versus what's going to continue to withdraw, right? Because we can only withdraw so much. Maybe Thanksgiving's a withdrawal, but what did you do the morning before you ate that meal at Thanksgiving? What are you going to do the next day to then deposit back into your health and into your health savings account? So it was designed to do just that. So what is a reset? Is that going to work? So what is a reset? This is the best definition I can find of a reset. It's to set, to adjust, to fix yourself in a new way or in a different direction. So for maybe some of us, we need to completely go in a whole different direction. But maybe some of us, we just need to adapt our course a little bit, make some few minor changes. And that's what this is designed to do. Because I believe personally, you can do almost anything for a short period of time. And 21 days, the reality isn't very long. I mean, if you look in the world we live in, if I told you to go 21 days back, 3 weeks back, you'd say, wow, it seems like yesterday. That weekend, 3 weeks back, I did X, Y, Z. You can remember all the things you did, right? So the reality is 21 days or 3 weeks is really not that far ahead of time, especially when we start to move into the holidays. So we're going to reset. We're going to reset our course. We're going to either completely change our course completely or make a huge reset. See, it works. Yes. So some of you maybe have seen this definition, but this for me is what I believe is the best definition of health. And I think the best definition of health is how well do we adapt to our environment. And I think right now more than ever, this definition holds true because the environment that we live in is probably stressful. We got kids that are home, kids that may be at school. We have parents that were worried about their health because of the coronavirus and the age and all the things that come into this and all the unknowns that have come with this coronavirus and the state that we're in or we're not in. And then CDC says this and the news says this. And if you follow into them, you don't understand what's going on or not going on. One thing we can always control is this definition, is our health. How well can we adapt to being healthy, to our environment? If we went to a room full of 50 people and the flu was in there, why is it that half of them get it and half don't? Why is it that some people who get the flu or even the coronavirus, why is it that some people maybe get it and it crushes their body and creates a mass sickness, if you will, or symptoms, and then some people have no symptoms at all? I believe it's because of how well we adapt to our environment, how healthy we are. Because what I can tell you based on this healthcare continuum for you, those that are watching online and you guys here, is that we're always moving on this continuum, right? Over on the green side, if you can see it, it says wellness. Underneath it says 100% function, continuous development, and an active wellness lifestyle. To be in that green, you have to be active in your health and your wellness. The opposite of that, the red, is illness, and underneath it, it says disease, multiple medications, poor quality of life, potential becomes limited, and body has limited function. Now, what I can guarantee is everybody listening online and everyone here knows that you are somewhere in that zone, and underneath each one of those, you can probably place yourself. But here's what I know. We are either actively, like I said, moving towards health and wellness, or we are passively moving towards illness, sickness, and disease. How fast we move in either direction is how serious we take our lives, our health, or the next 21 days. Because the next 21 days can do three things for you. You can say yes to this program, say you want to do it, and stay right where you're at. Not change a whole lot, not lose a lot, but not gain a lot. Or you can just pay for it and do nothing and go back to your old lifestyle after doing this for a couple days and shift back down and continue to move into illness and sickness and disease. Or you can take on the 21 days. You can create some time in your life and you can move towards wellness. It might not get you all the way there, but it's a constant thing. Like even for me and doing this health and wellness atmosphere as long as I have, it is constant for me. It is something I have to work at because like you guys, I like sugar. I'm gonna admit it, I do. I like chocolate.
And
You know,
peanut
there's
butter.
these little things in my life that I like, but I know that I actively have to be, it's okay to have that, but what am I gonna do to deposit into my life that's gonna create more health and wellness? And what causes it? Well, it's the three stressors at the bottom. There's trauma, which is physical stressors. So things like sitting at the office, well, it used to be sitting in an office. Now it's typically sitting at home, right? Or, you know, sitting on our couch instead of a good chair to do work or to check emails in the morning. You know, those traumas, you know, bad posture, not exercising, things like that. Then there's the emotional stress, right? Dealing with family being home all together, dealing with the stressors of maybe taking care of kids, and all the components that come with that, finances and jobs and the unknown uncertainty of the world that we live in, because who knows what next month's going to be like. Who knows what the winter is going to be like as far as our environment that we live in. And then there's toxins, and these are the things that we control putting into our body, where they're refined sugars, aspartame, processed foods, all the components that just aren't healthy for us. Instead of eating whole foods, we're eating the processed stuff, the stuff that will live on a shelf life for 10 years from now and still taste the same. It's probably not something we should be putting into our bodies. So those three things is what actively produces our health and produces whether we're in health and wellness or we're in sickness and disease. We're going the wrong way, Allie.
It wasn't me. I don't think.
All right, so what is the 21-day reset? It's based on the three things that we preach every single day through 8 weeks of wellness, and essentially eating better, moving better, and thinking better, okay? So we gotta move better. We gotta start eating better, and we gotta start thinking better. Is it gonna change? Like everything in our life, why do you wanna do it? So here's what I can promise you. Like all things in every program and everything that we do that's hard is we gotta create a big why, right? And maybe the why for you has changed. I know people right now that are doing more things to be healthy for the people around them, right? My 87-year-old grandma just got out of the hospital with coronavirus. She spent 4 days in the hospital, had a handful of symptoms. But what I can tell you is that her why is much different than now because she went through that experience, right? And if I had to be around her day in and day out prior to this situation, I think my why would be different of why I want to be healthy, right? So sometimes it's the people we're taking care of right now that's our why. Sometimes it might be my grandparents or elderly parents, or it might be, my kids or different people that I'm surrounded by. But what it's got to be is it's got to be big. It can't be just something where I want to lose weight to go on spring break or different components like that. So you really got to think about this, right? What's going to push you for the next 21 days? What's going to make you the happiest at the end of 21 days? Begin with the end in mind. That's what I always say. So if we're going to begin with the end in mind, 21 days from now, what am I going to look back and say this was worth it because I accomplished this? Maybe it's just a goal, but it's got to be big. It can't be small, and it's got to be something that pushes you. And what I mean by pushes you means it's got to be something that pushes you to a limit. So if you set a small goal and accomplish it, big hairy deal. But if you set a huge goal and you accomplish 80% of that, it's still a bigger amount than the small goal, right? So don't go small, think big. I know it's only 21 days, but 21 days can make a big shift and extremely make you happy. So find a way to serve others in this too. I think there's a book that says serving others, it gives you the greatest gratitude and happiness in life. I never had to control two computers at the same time. You should do this one.
Okay.
It's really confusing me. And here's what I know. Sick people don't serve outside of themselves. Think about it. When you're sick, unless you're probably a mom, then it probably doesn't apply. But when you're sick and not feeling well, and I did not. No.
You're such a smart man.
I don't think my wife's even watching this. But the reality is if you guys got me off my focus. If we're serving outside of ourselves, and the reality that if I'm sick, the only person I'm thinking about is who? Me, right? I can't serve in this practice, in this space. I can't serve my kids. I can't serve my family if I'm sick, right? So if I'm unhealthy, I can't do that. So in life, especially moms have a tendency to give to everyone else and themselves last. Grandmas have a tendency to give to everyone else and themselves last. That's because we were designed to serve others. So the question becomes is, you got to serve yourself. And are you ready to serve yourself? Because you got to put yourself first for the next 21 days to really make a shift or a change in your health. And this whole concept comes from Simon Sinek's book called Why. And there's actually a YouTube, a TED Talk he did on YouTube if you Google it. It's really good, where Simon Sinek goes through this whole concept of why and how everything is wrapped around your why. The bigger the why, the bigger the mission, the bigger things you can create. But you gotta have a really big why. The bigger the why, the better. So if you guys want a little homework, I would recommend watching that TED Talk. So you gotta trust the process. There's gonna be days when you don't wanna do things and you gotta schedule it. Here's what I can promise. If I had everybody pull out the thing called a cell phone, everybody got one, right? Everybody online got one? Okay. If you had a cell phone and you went to your calendar, what I can promise you What you hold value to most in your life will be on that calendar. If it's scheduled in your calendar and you've given time to it, which is the number one asset we have, is time. Money is not, it is time. And whatever's on that calendar has the biggest value to you. So if you're going to be successful in the next 21 days or in the rest of your life, you got to schedule yourself in that time. You have to be consistent with your workouts. You have to be consistent with your meal prepping, your eating, your cooking, all of those things, because again, that adds value to your health and we're depositing in it. So you got to look at your calendar tonight before you start this program and say, okay, when am I going to do what? When am I going to plan my days? Am I an evening person or a morning person? And sometimes it might be either or. So like today I worked out over noon because that's when it allows my schedule to work out. Tomorrow morning I'll be back here at 5 a.m., 5:30 working out, right? Because that's the time that works. Tuesdays and Thursdays I work out at 5:30. Fridays I work out usually around 6. Saturdays I work out at 6:30. Sundays I try to take off. Wednesdays I take off because I'm here adjusting patients and I don't have time. But I know what days I'm going to work out every single week because it's part of my schedule. It's already in the plan and I'm already going forward. So you got to decide, are you a morning or evening person? And all it takes is 10 minutes to plan your week out every single week. So maybe you can't plan out the next 21 days, even though I recommend planning out the next 21 days. Maybe you just plan out the next week. And every Sunday morning you get up as a ritual and you have your time of planning. You look at, okay, what am I going to do? All the things I need to do. When am I going to exercise this week? Have some quiet time. What does my schedule look like for this week? Because our schedules are always evolving and always different, right? But then on Sundays is a really good day to meal prep. Plan for the week, figure out what you need. And the reality is with this next 21 days, we make that super simple. It's really, really simple to meal prep for the next 21 days. I'm not going to come to your house and do it for you, but you have to do it. Outside of that, it's really simple. And if you're somebody who needs to write things down, because some people are, record in a log every day. Download the MyFitness app. It's free, right? And you can put your food in there, and it creates a rhythm of whatever you're eating. So as you eat something, say I eat eggs pretty much every morning for breakfast, right? If I eat 3 eggs and say a sausage, it's going to automatically, as soon as I put eggs, it's going to put 3 eggs and it's easy. So it becomes just clicking a button, because the reality is we eat about 80%-ish the same types of foods at any given meal over each week. So it usually takes the MyFitness app about a month to have your rhythm already all figured out to what you're going to do. Get engaged. We're going to create a Facebook page, online platform that both Becky and Christy will continue to check, continue to answer your questions when it comes to food and different things like that. Get set up with a home gym. If you're not working out at any facility, get set up with a home gym. We have videos on there that Dawn has created. They're already on there for you to do workouts. Really simple things at home. If you're working out here at the office already, these are for the days you're not here. You have stuff now to do at home. So instead of working out 3 days a week like you've normally done, or 2 days a week because you've been at the office, or you're at some other fitness center, now you can work out 5 and 6 days a week. And that's when you're really going to start to see the change, is adding those other days. Right, Ashley? She's smiling in the background. So get a foam roller, get some bands. If you can get a hold of some dumbbells and kettlebells, I know that's harder now than ever before, as the world of exercise and fitness, all those pieces are away. But almost everything we do in the workouts are body weight stuff. You don't need a lot of things. It's just get you moving, get you sweating. It's not going to be an intense workout. It's going to be much less of intensity, but again, it's moving. And what I told somebody today when I was adjusting them, the key to life is movement. Think about it. If we age and stop moving, do we age faster or slower? Much faster, right? And our health deteriorates much faster. Think of the people we know that are 50 to 80 years old, and the ones that are most unhealthy are the ones that are moving the least amount. And so we gotta move. So it's just, even if it's just doing body squats and push-ups every day, you're at least moving. And that's the important thing, and creating some muscle. Download the Calm app. So for meditation or prayer, which is always involved in all things we do, some quiet time, whether you pray, whether you meditate. If you meditate, there's the Calm app, which is great for music that's meant to shut your brain off. It's really hard for me, as it is, I think, for probably most people. That's why I find prayer is a much easier thing for me, but you just need to have some quality time for you. And typically that, for me, just so you guys know, is a cup of coffee in the morning before everyone gets up. I traditionally don't even turn the lights on in the house. I like to just have it. This time of year, it's dark out, obviously. In the summer, I get to watch the sun come up. It's my time to set, right? Half hour every morning with my cup of coffee. I usually have at least one dog laying on me at that point. And it's just me, you know, being there and being in my quiet time. And that's what we all need, because what I know is when I have that time, the rest of the day is manageable, right? So picture it like this. I don't get up early in the morning. I got to be in the office by 8 o'clock. I get up at 7:25. I got to shower for 10 minutes. I got to try to find something to eat for lunch, try to find something to eat for breakfast. I'm probably going to eat that in my car. I jump in my truck. I drive as fast as I can here because got to be here by 8. I get here 5 minutes before that, and I get here at 8. Then my computer doesn't work, and then this happens, and then that happens, and this, and before I know it, the whole day is just a mess. Versus I get up in the morning, I spend some time for myself, right? I got up early. I'm able to shower, get breakfast ready, do the things I need to do to prep and prepare for my day. And now anything thrown at me will seem simple because I'm always 10 or 15 minutes ahead for the rest of the day. So this moment or this time in the morning for you becomes really important for you to manage your day. Then there's the what. So what is it that we're doing? We're going to eliminate a lot of sugar. I know, it's hard. We're going to eliminate a lot of flour. We're going to create what's called a low glycemic index diet. Why is that? Because the reality of it is insulin, and I don't know if you guys realize this, insulin by definition is a fat fertilizer. What does that mean? It means that when we eat a lot of food that has sugar, that has carbohydrates, which converted to sugar, our body has to do something with all of that because it's too much for us to actually need in that moment. So our body produces insulin. Insulin then goes up. Insulin does what to fat? Stores it. Spreads it around and stores it. So the fat in our body grows. Emphasize the fertilizer part. And it continues to grow and continues to grow. And so we're going to eliminate a lot of that. We're not going to get crazy. I promise you the food that you're going to eat, the recipes and all that are amazing. I promise you I've done them all already. We've eaten them all. But the reality is it's going to lower your sugar. It's going to increase. We're going to eat more protein and more fat. So we're going to put our bodies more in that ketosis range where we're raising our metabolism, when we're burning more fat. Okay. But the key to that is you can't cheat. No cheating. Okay. You got to stick to it. We got to increase our water. I know a lot of us are really good at drinking water. I am not. I am on days that I work out. It's crazy. When I work out in the morning at 5:30, I drink way more water throughout the day than on the days that I work out midway through the day. It's like I don't start drinking water till after I work. Like today I worked out at noon. I drank way more water in the second half of the day than the first half. So if you're like me, working out in the morning is better because I drink more water. But we got to get half our body weight in fluid ounces of water, okay? Really simple. How much do you weigh? Divide it in half. That's how much water you need to get every day. And I know a lot of people say, well, I'm running to the bathroom all day long. And the reality is once your body gets used to having this in its system, you absorb water better and you'll find that you go to the bathroom less. And if you're working out on top of that, you're sweating more and all those components. So working out every day becomes more important. I want you to consider, if you're not taking supplements, to take some. Everybody should take different supplements, but the core ones that I think everybody should take is some sort of a fish oil, so omega-3 fatty acid. Vitamin D is more important now than ever because it helps boost our immune system. Some sort of a probiotic, which helps get your gut health really healthy, which is actually 80% of our immune system comes from our gut. Okay, that's why they call it the second brain. And then have some sort of a meal where you're replacing it with a drink, some sort of a protein drink, some piece of that. Because the reality is I promise you this, none of us are eating enough protein. To sustain muscle when we want to lose weight, we have to eat enough protein to keep that muscle on. And most of us miss that mark, and we burn more muscle when we're losing weight than we actually do fat, okay? So we've got to make sure we're feeding the muscle and suffocating and burning the fat. We use products called Nutridyne. You guys are more than welcome. You can send you a script. You can buy them online, but just get some sort of a product that's really good, because what I know about supplements is they're either going to change your blood work or they're not. If it's a bad product, you won't see. Like I test people with vitamin D all day long, taking a supplement every single day. We test it, no vitamin D in their system. Okay, so we got to make sure it's a good product so we're actually absorbing it. We're going to increase your metabolism through exercise. So you've got to exercise 5 times a week. So if you're exercising actively in a gym or fitness facility, a couple, 2-3 days a week, the rest of the time you got to do the home exercises that are in the program. I promise you it'll still be helpful and keep you moving. We use a heart rate monitor, I guess if you will, called MyZone. Some of you guys have that in the room, some online probably have it. But this will help me track you and help Dawn track you that you're exercising. So she's going to go to a list of everyone that's doing this 21-day challenge, so that when you're at home, she can see are you doing the home exercises as well as all the other ones, especially if you are in, say, Hawaii or someplace like that. Right, Ron?
Ron waving. It's like bright and sunny there.
It's bright and
black
sunny
here.
here, black and dark and cold here. So my zone.
Let's go visit Ron after 21 days?
Yeah, go visit Ron after 21 days. So the My Zone will
Why
help
don't
us.
you guys just come here?
What's that? Yeah, Ron.
You guys just come here.
Sure, we'll be right there. Just gotta take
Okay.
a test and quarantine for 14 days or something like that.
Hawaii wasn't letting us in.
That's right.
Oh, man.
So consider getting some sort of a heart rate monitor so you can see how many calories are you burning in your workouts. You know, that way you're replacing those calories, you know, when you do know what your metabolic rate is, right? How many calories you're burning at rest. You need to add in what you're burning on your workouts. You need to know that. So some sort of a heart rate monitor, such as a My Zone, will allow you to do that. Why I like the My Zone is because it's attached to your phone. It's an app. If we really want to get crazy and everybody that signs up, we can create like a challenge so everybody can hold each other accountable within that, so we can see that everybody's working out. It can be a lot of fun with the My Zone. So, and then part of all the workouts online, you're going to see a mobility and core strength stability component to all of them. So it makes sure you're doing some sort of flexibility, posture corrective type exercises at home every single day, which I'll be honest, I can always use more of that. I don't know about you guys, but I can always use more stretching and more of that component, which I know Don would love to hear us all say. And again, we want to increase your strength and increase your mass, which is why it's important to maintain muscle throughout this whole thing. We want to decrease stress through those positive influences in your life, through the download of the Calm app, or like I said, just taking some quiet time in your day. And like I always say, you know, pick a specific time. I recommend doing it first thing in the morning. Otherwise, life happens, right? And then it never happens. So, and that's just the reality. We all live in the same world. We're all at different paces of busy, but we're all busy. So if it happens first thing in the morning, it's always going to happen because it never happens midway through the day. I promise you that. This will help improve breathing and relaxation. And then last but certainly not least, that guy right there. We've got to get more sleep. I can promise you we all need more sleep in our lives, right? And we're talking quality, good sleep. So if you can have something like, you know, I actually never wear this to bed, but I should start because it will track my sleep. A lot of these will track it. So you can see how well are you sleeping at night. It's really important to see, are you restful? Are you, tossing and turning? I usually have at least one kid in my bed every night, so I don't get a solid 8 hours of sleep. Somebody's always waking me up, but you can test that because it's really important. We all know is that when we can get consistent sleep, every single day is good, right? It's always a positive versus feeling things like that. So sleep's really important. So I will jump into the online platform so you guys can see this. But like it says, if you fail to plan, you will plan to fail. Meaning that if you don't go through the program and you read the AWW challenge guidelines that Christy's created on here, the step-by-step to success going through this, I promise you, you will miss something and you won't get the results you want. So read through every item, every line. Look at what it says about alcohol, what it says about juice and coffee. Coffee's good, coffee with sugar bad, right? So understanding those components and food and different pieces, we're really trying to eliminate some of the flours and the bad grains and a lot of sweeteners, but we also want to have good quality foods. So, sweet potatoes is in there because you get a little bit of sweet out of sweet potatoes and things like that. So just read through the components when we start the program so that you can have success and plan. If you can, and I'm jumping ahead at the end, everyone that does the program will get a pre and post InBody, no charge, okay? So you get to do one at the beginning of the 21 days and you'll get to do it at the end of the 21 days. Why is this important? It all comes down to muscle, to be honest. We're all gonna lose weight if we do the 21 days and we do it right, but it's what kind of weight are we gonna lose, right? So we can jump on the scale every single day and never see it move, but if we're putting muscle on and we're losing fat, the scale's never gonna move in the sense of numbers, right? But if it is moving and it's going down, are we losing the right thing? Are we losing the fat and not the muscle? And so the in-body is going to allow you to do that. It's going to allow you to know what your basal metabolic rate is, which you guys can see on there, and making sure that we're hitting that number, because that's the key to keeping the muscle on and understanding we're getting enough calories and enough protein and enough fat and all the components of it. So we will be doing this with the program, so that way we can manage this component of it throughout pre and post. Okay. Let me jump into the format here. Let's get into the work. Good job. How much you worked in?
Oh,
That's me. So. Didn't work.
on yours? Well, look at mine work.
Your job.
This is, that's because that's my computer.
Oh, when I did it earlier.
This is your computer. All right. If we have to, we'll turn this thing around and everybody will get to see the room here. If Allie can't figure out how to get it in there. Okay, so with the format, the course format, you guys, when you guys log, you'll get a login on it. Okay, it'll have literally all the videos, everything's lined up on the platform. It will show how many lessons are in there, which meaning have you checked on everything. So every day there'll be like a challenge. You know, call someone you love that you haven't called for a while. It's random, easy challenges, but they're happy challenges, meaning they're gonna add value to your life. When you do that, it'll say lesson completed on the side. And so when it comes up, it'll show 117 lessons. And then as you complete them and go through them, it will check them off for you. So there you go. You control that one. So once you get it, you go view the product. You can log in, and you'll see on Allie's it says 101 of 117. I think mine says 50 of 117. But you want to go through them all. Don't skip them. Okay, everything has a piece and component to being successful in the program. So welcome to your 21-day challenge. Watch the video on that challenge. You'll see Dr. Dave doing a video on that. Then it'll talk about setting up your gym. Then you'll see join the Facebook group. You know, if you have questions on all this stuff, we'll give you Allie's email or Christy's, one of the two, not mine. That'll get lost in a sea of nothingness. But we're gonna do some live Q&A calls throughout, so that way you guys can ask questions. We'll do that through Zoom, so everyone can do that at home. There's an orientation, so you wanna watch that. It'll explain Kajabi, which is the format and the platform that we're on. It's really simple and easy, but it has a tutorial in there to understand it and where you're gonna find everything. It's gonna talk, you're gonna see My Zone in there and understanding what that is if you don't have a My Zone. And then it's gonna talk about nutritions and supplements that we recommend, which we've already touched on, but it's gonna go a little bit deeper into those. And then you're gonna go into your shopping list and your menu. So you're gonna see the nutrition orientation, where we'll go through it. There'll be an orientation about the nutrition components, understanding them, and then you literally have shopping lists. So week 1, here's the menu, here's what you need to buy. Week 2, here's the menu, here's what you need to buy. And when I say menu, breakfast, dinner, and supper. Breakfast, dinner, and lunch, whatever you want to call it. Brunch, lunch, and dinner. There it is. Woo! It's late. We've been here a long time. So it breaks it all down. It makes it super easy, okay? Then day 1 comes, and every single day we'll have this, okay? There's a message and a challenge attached to it, okay? Then there's your success journal, so you can copy it and write things down if you need to write it down. Then there's the challenge of today, there's meditation for today, and there's today's workout. You'll notice that little blonde haired gal right there in the middle, right? Known to love her. So these pieces, when you complete them, will show as completed, and everything goes back for the nutrition on the menu. Okay, so if we click into the menu, okay. Nice, good job. So week 1 menu, you'll see week 1 menu shopping list, week 2 shopping list. So if we click on that, it will, I think it's down here too. You can click on this download right here, and then you can download it as a PDF. It works on Ali's computer. It does. So you can download the PDF, and then literally we'll have all the information for you. You can download it on your phone, right? You can go into this on your phone, download it on your phone, have it on your phone. your shopping list if you want it that way as you go to the shop, go to Walgreens or Whole Foods or wherever it is you shop there. It's been a long day. I was thinking.
Walmart.
I don't know.
So I know if you're like my wife, you go to a lot of different places to shop to get the products you want. She has all of her favorites at different places. So this will help you get organized. So when you're in Target or you're in Whole Foods, you can pick up the items you want, and then you can start cooking. Now, I will give you a side note on the eating component. We found that if you're eating by yourself, you're gonna find there's a lot of food. So maybe you have leftovers for lunch the next day, you skip that lunch recipe and you have it after the 21 days run. So you might find that. For me, with having Christy and I and our 3 kids, we had no problem eating all the food. Elijah, my 12-year-old, I think ate some of most of it, like the egg roll in a bowl. If you've ever had that, it's fantastic. So, it's really good. So the food on here, if it comes up, yours probably downloaded faster than mine did. It's almost there.
Mine's still going.
There it is. So on here, you'll see a lot of this. It'll be steps to success, guidelines through the week, and then the day before, it'll go through some prepping. So you make your egg muffins, hard boil 4 eggs, fry up or grill up on some chicken for your Chipotle bowl. So there'll be like little things you can do on like Sunday to prepare for the week. And then day 1. So day 1, egg muffins, tuna avocado bowl, chicken Chipotle bowl. Then you'll have a smoothie for breakfast. Then you'll go back to the bowl because it'll probably be leftovers from the night before. So you'll have that for lunch. Then coconut curry chicken, which is fantastic. That was one of my favorites on this. And then you have for lunch the next day, like I said, egg roll in a bowl. And then it just keeps going on and on and on. And then at the bottom will be your shopping list. So this will be your shopping list for all the things that you need for the week. Does that make sense? So it's very self-explanatory. Here are some line items and how much you're going to need of each thing. And then, dairy, liquids, extras, and then snacks for snacking as well for the first week. So every single week we'll have this. You see this is 17 pages overall for just the week 1. And it breaks it down. It goes the ingredients, the directions, how to make it all. Everything's in there you need. Like the amount of detail put into this, that Christy put into this with each one of these on the 17 days is pretty amazing. So it really makes it so it's super easy, and success in the nutrition compartment of this is great. And this is, we're not this detailed in 8 weeks of wellness, but we felt for the 21 days we could really get detailed on all the pieces of it. So like I said, that will be, you'll have that every single week throughout the 3 weeks or the 21 days, okay? So I think that's kind of the nuts and bolts of the program. You can put comments down here on questions you have. You'll see down below where people who had done it back in June time had put comments and different things, questions they had. So if you have questions, they may already be down there, which is why we left them on there. But if you have new questions, just ask and we'll answer throughout the 21 days. All right, going back. So once you get registered, go through, that will show up right there. Okay, so here's what the cost is. So the cost is normally $3.99 to do the program, to get access to all the videos, all the nutrition, the Facebook page, all the components of the program, to have access to doing the live. We're going to do 3 live calls throughout the 21 days, as well as email access to, Becky and Christy to ask questions. We'll do that through the Wood. If you're listening, we'll do that through the Woodbury Spine at Gmail account. Just send questions throughout the 21 days on that. If you have questions about tonight, feel free to email that email as well. Just because I despise procrastination, if you do it tonight before midnight, we'll get $100 off. It's $2.99 instead of $3.99. That will expire tonight. You won't have access to that code after tonight. So you'll just go to www.eatwwfordoctors.com. and you'll have access to signing up on there. Right, Allie?
Mhm.
And use the WSW 21 day as the code. If you have questions and you need answers before midnight, text me on my cell, because that's going to be an easier way to get a hold of me, which is 952-378-0199. If you want to text me any questions on this before the end of the night. Like I said before already, we're going to do the 2 in-body scans. There's no additional cost for that piece. If you're here, you guys want to take a picture of that screen, I'd recommend it. Otherwise, if you make it easier, right? I was just thinking, I saw you write it down. Let's just take a picture of it. And obviously, if you're online, you can just take a picture of your computer screen. So,
Your number again, 651.
mine?
Yeah.
952.
I didn't think you had a Twin City one. Or
952-378-0199. It's from when I lived down in the
37.
952-378-0199.
You gotta have it memorized by now.
I've never memorized the numbers since I
Oh
was
my
small.
I know, it's crazy. I
I
can still
remember
tell
some of
you.
my like second grade friends'
I can
numbers.
still tell you my parents' landline
Yeah.
back home, but I can tell
Oh,
you
yeah,
people's
that one.
names. So register by tonight, WSW 21 day. Promise you, you will not regret spending $299 on all the information and all the recipes and stuff. And the beauty of it is once you download it, it's yours, right? So you can go back and visit the recipes and things you want. I know it sounds weird, but there's a salmon and Brussels sprouts one on there. And a lot of people were afraid they weren't going to love it. And we had more comments on how much they liked that recipe than any other recipe. So it was
Recommend
fantastic.
printing them off.
Yeah, print them
I'm not
off.
print-
That way you can take them to the grocery store with you. But I do still think the chicken curry was the best one.
That one, yeah.
So everybody got that? Got it? Check.
Check.
All right, so I'm going to end with this, and then everybody's going to go. Martin Luther King Jr., I think most of us know who that is. One of his famous quotes that I personally like, he says, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands in times of challenge and controversy." And what I can tell you is getting healthy is not easy. Staying healthy is even harder. So you just got to jump on. This is just a 21-day launching post, super easy, tons of information. Like I said, if you have questions, text, email us. We will get them answered the best that we can. But yeah, any questions from inside here?
I have one.
I'm ready.
I have HSA money.
Mhm.
I have no.
Yep, just use a credit card.
Can I
and
use
use it.
that?
Yep, when you get on there, just use your credit card on there.
Yeah.
HSA.
I'll type that in here too for anyone that asked.
Are you answering all their questions?
Yeah, not many questions, just Linda Tibbetts.
Nice. Linda's participating. I like it.
She wants to get a Reggie's at Walgreens.
She wants to get her. They probably have them there, Linda. I don't even know. Do they? Not fresh, right? Maybe some canned ones. Oh, there you go.
Sorry, Linda.
I meant Aldi's, not Walgreens.
All these, yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
They got some hidden gems.
Ron, I have no idea where you shop in Hawaii, so just that it's
His price is like 3 times.
I got a few places.
he's got a couple places. His fruit's probably better than ours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Dole plantations, sign me up.
Way better. All right, so we got all the questions answered on there?
Mhm.
All right, guys. Get signed up tonight. Ready, set, go. Ask questions as we go. I may not have the answers, but Christy might.
I'd ask Christy first anyway, so.
Right. Let's make my life easier. But yeah, it'll be fun to see what recipes you guys like the best.
Yeah.
But my kids, if you have kids, will love the egg roll and bowl. That's a really good one.
Yes.
That one sounds like it's the best. I love egg rolls, so give me all the fried or all the cooked cabbage and grilled and I'll eat it.
There you go.
It's so good.
You're gonna love that one. All right, guys, you got them all?
Thank you.
You're
Yes.
welcome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye, guys, online.
Bye. You want to see the view quick?
Sure, let's see the view. Not really, but show it to me anyhow.
Oh, it's just like palm trees.
Everything's green and palmy. I'd show you the view here, but it's dark already, so you can't see anything out the window.
There you can see some snowflakes.
Hey, you guys, it's snowing yet?
Yeah, you know, there were some flurries, but nothing sticking, which is good.
Okay.
Linda asked, she signed up, now what?
All right. Linda, you asked to sign up. Now what? Start reading through the material, Linda. Ready, set, go. All right. Drew can help you when you come in the office, I promise.
Drew doesn't help me. He
Oh,
won't
you're here
help
phone.
me.
I was like, I can't hear her.
All right. Well, I will help you, I promise.
Oh, you can hear me?
I
Sorry.
can.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
How do I-